I'd like to begin this particular event by acknowledging our distinguished guest this evening, the Honourable Daneshwar Damri, Junior Minister of Finance, Mr. Christian Bonan-Peka, Senior Director and Country Manager, Indian Oceans and Djibouti at Visa, Mr. Yared Ndale, Cluster Head for Eastern Africa and Country Manager, Ethiopia at Visa, Mrs. Vahini Jagannath, Senior Director of Digital Solutions for Visa Sub-Saharan Africa, Mrs. Sheila Changangu, Director of Marketing at Visa, Mr. Chinya, Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Mauritius, financial leaders, technology innovators, and industry professionals from across Mauritius. Good evening and welcome to the Future of Payment Mauritius Edition, hosted by Visa. Yeah, that's better. So for those that don't know me, my name is Meling Baloo. I'm a broadcast host and journalist working with DW News and the Mauritius Broadcasting Corporation, and I'm delighted to be your MC for this prestigious event. So think about the last time you made a payment. Maybe it was this morning, coffee, fuel, a quick online purchase, seamless, instant, invisible. Now, think about what made that possible. Not just the technology in your phone or the card in your wallet, but the infrastructure behind it, the security protocols protecting your transaction, the tokenization keeping your data safe, the global network processing billions of payments every single day. We're here tonight because Visa is going to change the way we pay. How exactly? I'll let you discover that by the end of this evening. But here's what I can tell you. This transformation isn't happening in isolation. No. Visa, with the right partnerships locally, is building the infrastructure that will define how Mauritius transacts for the next decade. Here's how we'll spend our evening tonight. First, we'll have presentations from leaders who are shaping digital payments across Africa and beyond. They will show you the technology, the strategy, and the vision. Then, we'll move into networking and cocktails, your chance to dig deeper, ask questions, and connect with the people building this future. Quick housekeeping notes before we begin. Silence your phones, first of all, though you'll want them handy later when we'll explore tokenization, and most importantly, engage. Ask questions. That's what evenings like this are for. Now, let's begin. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? That's great. To open our program, I would like to introduce someone who doesn't just strategize about digital payments. He implements them across one of the most diverse regions in the world. Different countries, different currencies, different regulatory environments, one vision. Seamless, secure payments for everyone. As Senior Director and Country Manager for the Indian Ocean and Djibouti, he's learned what actually works when infrastructure varies and challenges are real. He understands Mauritius not as a market on a map, but as a strategic hub with unique opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Christian Bonan-Peka. Thank you.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Je vais continuer en anglais parce qu'on a des personnes qui ne comprennent pas le français. Je sais qu'on est dans un pays où on parle français, mais I will continue in English. Junior Minister of Finance, Daneshwar Damri, Second Deputy Governor of Bank of Mauritius, Sami Chinai, invited guests. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the special edition of the Future of Payment event. It's truly a privilege to have such an exceptional group of leaders, innovators, partners, gathered under one roof. This evening is about connection, collaboration, and charting the course of what's next in the world of payments. The payment industry is undergoing a profound transformation, as we all know. Across the globe, we are witnessing a shift from traditional methods to digital-first experiences, driven by technology, mostly consumer expectations and the need for speed and security. From contactless transaction and QR code to real-time payment and embedded finance, these innovations are changing how we pay and redefining how we live, we work, and we do business. Here in Mauritius, the momentum is clear. Recent studies show that 70% of Mauritian consumers has adopted some form of digital payments, whether through mobile wallet, QR code, or online platform. This is a remarkable leap forward and a strong signal that the future of digital is happening now. Looking ahead, the next 5 years will be transformative even more. We envision a world where payments are invisible, and I think that's very important. So invisible, where commerce happens seamlessly across borders, devices, and platforms. It will be a world where security and convenience go hand in hand, and where financial inclusion ensures that every individual and business can participate fully in the digital economy. But this future won't happen on its own. It requires collaboration, innovation, and bold thinking. Therefore, tonight, it is an opportunity to spark those conversations, to share ideas, challenge assumptions, and build partnership that will shape the next chapter of payment in Mauritius and beyond. So, as we enjoy this evening together, I encourage you to connect, exchange perspective, and imagine what's possible. The future of payments starts here, and it starts with all of us. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again to Mr. Mbonam Peka, the context understanding where we fit in the regional and global payment ecosystem. That's exactly what frames everything we'll discuss tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we're talking about the future payments in our region, we need to zoom out because digital transformation isn't happening in isolation, it's continental. Our next speaker leads Visa strategy across Eastern Africa, one of the fastest growing fintech regions in the world. He's seen markets leapfrog traditional banking infrastructure entirely. He's watched mobile money reshape entire economies, and he understands how technology can unlock opportunity at scale. As cluster head for Eastern Africa and country manager for Ethiopia, he brings a perspective that goes beyond any single market. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Yared Andale.
Sorry, I have not tokenized my speech yet. So, Junior Minister of Finance, Honorable Damri, Second Deputy Governor, Bank of Mauritius, Mr. Chanai, invited guests, good evening. It's a real pleasure to join you tonight for this important conversation about the future of payments and about how we collaborate to shape the digital economy for Mauritius and the wider region. At Visa, our mission is clear: to connect the wallet through the most innovative, reliable, and secure payment network, enabling individuals, businesses, and economies thrive. The ambition goes beyond transaction. It's about creating ecosystems where commerce flows seamlessly, where security is uncompromised, and where inclusion is a reality for everyone. The pace of change in payment is extraordinary. Across Africa, we have seen digital payments revolutionize access to financial services. In Mauritius, the adoption of digital payments from QR code and e-commerce is accelerating rapidly. This is a market with strong fundamentals, highly connected, a growing digital economy, and a population ready for innovation. The question is, how do we take this momentum and turn it in leadership? Visa's answer is threefold. First, by delivering innovation at scale, where investing in technologies like tokenization, real-time payments, and embedded finance to make digital transactions faster, safer, and smarter. Secondly, is by building a partnership. We believe collaboration is the engine of progress. That is why we work with banks, fintechs, governments, and merchants to deliver solutions that meet local needs while connecting to global opportunities. Third is by expanding financial access. Our ambition is to bring millions more into the digital economy, empowering small businesses, enabling cross-border trade, and creating pathway for growth. Looking ahead, we see a future where payments are invisible, where commerce happens effortlessly across devices and borders. Imagine a world where Mauritian entrepreneur can sell a customer in Nairobi, Paris, or New York with a single click, where every transaction is secure and every consumer has confidence in the system. That is the future we are trying to build. But the future won't happen in isolation. It requires bold ideas, strong partnerships, and a shared commitment to innovation. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's make Mauritius not just a participant in the digital economy, but a leader in shaping its future. Thank you for coming.
Thank you once again, Mr. Andale. Once again, round of applause for Mr. Andale, ladies and gentlemen. I must say that continental perspective, understanding that Mauritius is part of a much larger transformation, that's powerful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get specific. Let's talk about technology that's already changing how billions of transactions happen globally and why it matters here. If that sounds technical, stay with me for just a moment. Every time you save your card online for a subscription, a flight, your favorite shopping site, you're creating a vulnerability. Your actual card number sits in a database somewhere. If that database gets breached, your card is compromised. Tokenization changes everything. Instead of storing your real card number, the system generates a unique digital token, a random string of numbers that's worthless to hackers. Even if stolen, it can't be used anywhere else. It's like having a different key for every single door, and each key only works once for you. The experience is seamless. Faster checkouts, fewer failed transactions, better security. It's protection you never see, but always benefit from. The person who's going to walk us through how this works and show us real applications has spent years building digital payment solutions across sub-Saharan Africa. As Senior Director of Digital Solutions at Visa, she's helped shape infrastructure that millions rely on daily. She makes complex technology feel simple. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Vaini Jagannath.
Bonsoir. Junior Minister of Finance, the Honorable Mr. Damri, the Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Mauritius, Mr. Chenya, esteemed guests and partners. It's a pleasure to address you this evening. I did say to some of the guests, I first came to Mauritius 8 years ago talking about tokenization. It's an absolute privilege and with a lot of excitement that I see the transition in the islands, and I'm going to take you through that and what we're now going to be launching in the market. But before I start, I want to take you through a quick video that will give you a little bit of insight and excitement on the solution itself.
If you've ever made a digital payment, there's a good chance that tokens help get your payment info to its destination securely and with ease. Buckle up, while we show you how Visa Token Service works. In a tokenized transaction, your 16-digit card number is replaced by a digital token that only works with approved devices, merchants, or transaction types. While a stolen card number can be used almost anywhere, a stolen token is like having the wrong key for the lock. So fraudulent transactions fall flat, while authorized transactions are completed with ease. Visa Token Service works like a mass transit system. It provides issuers, processors, and payment service providers with the infrastructure to support large numbers of tokenized transactions. All routes lead to secure payments with Visa Token products, making for one smooth ride.
Thank you. So, just to give you a little bit of insight, so tokenization is not new. Back in 2014, it was actually published and standardized globally. And this slide just gives you a level of indication of where we are at Visa with tokenization. We now have 17 billion tokens globally. We've started working with quite of the big third-party wallets like Apple, Google, Samsung. We moved to the e-commerce partners, which really help because nobody wants to store their clear pen online and make purchases. We then moved to RTP, assisting on tokenization on that. And as of recently, we've added passkeys and an exciting new solution that I'm going to go through later on, which is called agentic commerce or AI commerce. So tokenization is basically a foundation or building block of where we see the future of payments going. And that's, as you can see, in just sub-Saharan Africa, we've got 110 million tokens issued with 24 participating issuers, some of which are in the island, in Mauritius, and around sub-Saharan Africa. Sorry about that. So if we go quickly through the benefits we mentioned already in the video, but we're seeing a very big improved authorization rates uplift, about 8.8%, and we definitely see a reduction in fraud. And that's the reason behind that is because there's no clear, sensitive PAN information stored with any of these wallets and e-commerce sites. In just sub-Saharan Africa alone, from the financial year 24 to the financial year 25, we've seen a 58% increase in transactions from the global pays within sub-Saharan Africa. We have about 306 issuers participating in SIMIA, 24 issuers in sub-Saharan Africa who are actually benefiting from the improved authorization rates. And then just to, help me. Okay, let's go. And you can help me. So as we can see is what we're looking at getting to with tokens is we definitely want to make sure that we have powerful credentials that are encrypted and secure, so that one of the clients was telling me 8 years ago when I presented this, I gave an example of, can you imagine having to put your bank card into a fridge and the fridge is running low on milk, and what happens is the fridge automatically makes a payment on your behalf to the merchant, who then delivers that replacement of the milk to your doorstep. So to do that, we can't have a PAN credential in that fridge because any number of things can happen. And hence the reason why tokenization was created is that we can get to the IoT of payments and the future of payments. We also have the right amount of friction. So if you look at the global pays, what they actually do when you launch a pay is they'll take your facial biometrics. It's very easy to do, and therefore the authentication is easy, that you know your actual consumer is using it with passkeys or biometrics, and there's a lot more device information. So if I do an Apple Pay transaction or Google Pay transaction, I have the GPS location of where my client is. There's a lot more information that's being passed through. You can go on to the next slide. So I was told not to be long, so I'm going to take you to the exciting bit. So these are the wallets that are available in Mauritius at the moment. We've been working with our partners to take this live, the most exciting bit. I'm so happy because previously we only had one option and now we have about 5 or more. You can go on to the next slide. And everybody was waiting for some of these, but we now have Apple Pay, Google Pay. Apple Pay works on iOS devices, so we're enabling clients with Apple Pay. We have Google Pay in the market, so we're enabling Android Pay. Swoop Pay works on Android and Huawei and Tecno, a larger subset of Android devices. And as you know, we have a lot of issuer wallets within the market, which we also drive and back that as well. Next slide. And interesting is we also have in the market, we have wearable payments available. So these are Garmin, Swatch, Fitbit. And my last slide on token is actually, the next slide. It's basically the new evolution of payments. I actually have a ring on my hand that's a payment ring. So this is available in the market based on the same tokenization that you're doing with the pays. You'll be able to enable any of these OEM providers within Mauritius, and basically all of our clients, and from basically the youth segment all the way to the affluent, can use any of these. You don't have to have your phone with you. You can just use your wearable to pay. It works within domestically and cross-border. I've used my ring in the tube in London, in Botswana just 2 weeks ago. So literally you don't have to have your phone with you. So payments not at the moment can be done wherever you are if you have a wearable. So this is available, so we're working with our clients to enable that within Mauritius, soon to launch with some of our banks. You can move on. Now I want to take you through quickly why tokenization is so important going forward. Everybody would have heard about AI commerce or agentic commerce. Now, what we did was, because there wasn't a lot of data, so we did commissioned a survey with about 1,000 shoppers to have a look at what do people feel around AI and commerce in general. So what we've took from the results from the survey is that 2 out of 3 consumers are actually already using AI in some form, in terms of generative AI with ChatGPT or Gemini or any of the other co-pilot as well, and most of us use that at the moment. Nearly 47% of them are interested in understanding what agents do, but 79% are a bit concerned about data privacy and what gets shared. You can go on to the next slide. So what we're doing, and this is one of the solutions we'll be launching as well here, is that we're working with the agents to be able to incorporate payments with tokenization and other important security APIs and capabilities to be able to allow those agents to make payments. From a Visa perspective, we've always been enabling our partners, and we do that for new partners. We do that for 2 reasons. One is that it helps us to become better as a payment network. The second reason is when we enable, we're going to tick off the boxes of security, compliance, etc. So what we're doing is we're working with the agents to make sure they align with what's needed from a payment capability with AI commerce. So next slide. Next slide. So now what we're introducing is something called Visa Intelligent Commerce. We're going to play a video on that. We can now work with partners like agents to be able to incorporate 5 of our APIs. Next slide. As you can see, tokenization is right up there on the top. And the reason for that is we actually don't want to have in any of these agents sensitive card information. We want them to be tokenized. The other capability is authentication. We want to know who, even though an agent is doing the purchase on your behalf, how do we authenticate that it's actually your card holder that's asking for this instruction. We've got 3 new APIs. One is payment instructions that gives an indication to the agent in terms of spend limit. A very funny example is when this was tested out, when the payment capabilities got put in, there was an instruction to actually buy some eggs for a client. And because there was no limit provided, the agent went and purchased eggs for $1,000. So you can see why it's important to have payments instructions when you're dealing with an agent or an AI agent. Then there's signals as well, which allows you to authenticate who the person is. And personalization, should the consumer opt in, we can actually allow more data to be shared to be able to customize the experience from an agent perspective. We're going to play a short video on Visa Intelligent Commerce, but I thank you for your time. These are the exciting solutions we have available in the market, and I'm so happy about the scale we're getting with the token wallets. Thank you very much.
Introducing Visa Intelligent Commerce, allowing AI to shop and buy. Add, smile, done. It's that simple. You're in control to make the final call. Or you set the limits and let it do the rest. New way to buy, same trusted, secure way to pay. Visa Intelligent Commerce. Use AI to buy.
What an insightful videos, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Mrs. Jaconet for her presentation, and I must say that that explanation and those real-world applications made it clear why tokenization isn't just nice to have. It's not just a nice to have, it's foundational. Technology is powerful, but technology alone doesn't transform economies. What transforms economies is leadership. Leaders who understand that digital infrastructure isn't optional anymore, it's essential. Mauritius has always positioned itself as forward-thinking, a nation that embraces innovation, invests in digital transformation, and creates the policy environment where fintech can thrive. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because of people who recognize that secure, efficient payment systems aren't just good for business, they are crucial for our competitiveness as a nation. Our next speaker works at the intersection of policy and innovation. As Junior Minister of Finance, he helps shape that regulatory framework that makes evenings like this possible. It is now my honor to invite on this beautiful stage the Honorable Daneshwar Damri.
My brothers and sisters from Mauritius and Africa, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, all protocols observed, very good morning, very good evening, sorry. The government of Mauritius and every government in Africa, our mission is actually to get ultimately two outcomes. One is jobs, and the other one is inclusive development, inclusive growth. And within inclusive growth, you have financial inclusion. And therefore, I'm very happy to share my insights on the future of payments, which is part of the future of finance. Since most of you are bankers or in the finance industry here, you will know that the most important currency in finance or payments is trust. And this is what the government of Mauritius has been trying to do. Now, how do we restore or consolidate trust? We are doing two things for that. One is macro-fiscal stability, and the second one is institutional governance. These two put together, they lead to economic resilience and trust. And I'll just give an example of what we're doing in implementing macro-fiscal stability. So for instance, we are doing 3 structural reforms. One is innovation, the other one is skills, capacity building, And the third one is competitiveness. And the reason I've delved into that is because Mauritius' role is not only in Mauritius. Mauritius' role is in the whole continent of Africa. And allow me to explain what our role is. Mauritius is the only investment-grade financial center in sub-Saharan Africa. We already have a decent financial services sector. And this government is building a bridge to the future in financial services. And our bridge to the future is focused on two new sectors. One is digital finance and AI, and the other one is climate finance. And today, I'm so happy to be here because I think it's one of the first projects in digital finance and AI in Mauritius. Friends, one figure caught my attention. In sub-Saharan Africa, tokenization accounts to about 110 million, that's what I heard, out of 17 billion in the world. That's less than 1%, while every 1 out of 4 or 5 human beings in the world is African. So that's a challenge. But at the same time, that's an opportunity. Now, we cannot be blind to the reality. We have to face the reality. The reality is that digital finance is here, whatever form it takes. Tokenization by Visa is an example. The globalization of stablecoin by the US could be another example. But the reality is that digital finance is here. And Mauritius is a great place from where companies can leverage digital finance into the continent. As an investment-grade financial center, Mauritius is working on the necessary regulatory environment, on the necessary digital and AI infrastructure to welcome companies like yourselves, not only to capture the Mauritian market, but at the same time to capture the African market. And this is very important. I believe that the success of Mauritius is intrinsically linked to the success of Africa. Mauritius is not only a tax arbitrage center, but we are an enabler of job creation in Africa. We're an enabler of inclusive development, such as financial inclusion in the continent of Africa. And we are true to our mission, a mission that is not of today or last year, a mission that was started, believe it or not, in 1976, 1977. The then Prime Minister of Mauritius, the father of our nation, he was the president of l'Organisation de l'Unité Africaine. He was the president who transitioned l'OUA into the African Union. And he was the Prime Minister who, for instance, brought the African Development Bank into Mauritius. So since that time, the future of Mauritius has been very directly linked to the future of Africa. And we are going to play a role. My brothers and sisters from Mauritius and Africa, we have 3 missions: reform, perform, and transform, for jobs and inclusive development, not only in Mauritius, but in the whole continent in Africa. And I commend companies like Visa who are embarking on this path of financial inclusion in Mauritius and the continent of Africa. And therefore, I wish you the best of luck, and the Mauritius government will do whatever is within our rules and regulation to support you in your endeavors. Thank you very much, and good evening.
Honourable Minister, thank you. That commitment to building secure, innovative digital infrastructure, that's what enables everything else we've discussed tonight. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've explored the future of payments. We've seen the technology, we've had the vision, now we make it official. Because this isn't just another presentation, this is a launch, the official launch of tokenization in Mauritius. To mark this moment, I want to invite someone who understands that great technology needs the right story, the right partnerships, and the right moment to transform a market. As Director of Marketing at Visa, she's been instrumental in bringing this vision to life, working with local partners, building trust, and ensuring that when tokenization launched in Mauritius, it would launch right. This is that moment. Please welcome on this beautiful stage, Mrs. Sheila Changangu for the official launch.
Good evening, Junior Minister of Finance, Honorable Damri, wonderful comments. Second Deputy Governor, Bank of Mauritius, Mr. Ramsamy Chinya. Dear clients and partners, thank you for honoring our invitation. It's wonderful to have you here with us today. I won't repeat what's been said, much has already been said, but as you can see, Visa is leading the way in terms of payment and innovation. And we're thrilled to have you here on this journey with us. Together we can enhance education, raise awareness, and drive adoption of new technology in Mauritius. In the coming weeks and months, you will start to see campaigns going live in the market. We'll provide you with the tools needed to effectively engage your customers to adopt this technology. We welcome you to partner with us and transform the way payments are made in this market. I will leave you with a teaser on what's to come, and this is just a taste. We invite you to partner with us to take this to the next level. I have a short video. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy it.
Into the world of tokenization. Thank you, Mrs. Changangu, for this beautiful speech, and congratulations once again. What we've just witnessed tonight is historic, ladies and gentlemen. Tokenization is now live in Mauritius. And to bring our formal program to a close, I'd like to invite once again on stage Mr. Christian Bonham-Peka to share some final thoughts. Thank you.
Je vais parler un peu en français pour quand même remercier votre présence ici. Comme on vient de voir, Visa n'est pas qu'une compagnie commerciale, c'est une compagnie qui sert à aider les gouvernements à exécuter sur leur stratégie de financial inclusion. So therefore, we invite you to connect, to exchange, to give an idea, to make sure that this journey we are starting is fruitful, and also it will give us the ramp up to the next, I would say, innovation. Because I think we are in the era where every 2-3 years there will be a revolution. So we will be revolution after revolution in terms of our life. So let's embrace it, exchange, and make sure that we are ready for that. Thank you very much.
moi aussi basculer vers le français. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Christian Bonham-Peka, pour ce discours très inspirant, tourné vers l'avenir. Back to English now, ladies and gentlemen. What we've had tonight isn't abstract, it's actionable. We've heard from leaders building payment infrastructure across continents. We've seen technology that's already securing millions of transactions daily. We've been reminded that innovation requires partnership between technology providers, financial institutions, and government. But here's the thing, the conversation doesn't end here, like Mr. Christian Bonham-Peka just mentioned. In a moment, we'll transition to networking and cocktails. This is your chance to dig deeper, to ask the questions you didn't get to ask, to connect with the people in this room who are building the future alongside you. So grab a drink, find the Visa team, talk to our speakers, exchange ideas with your peers. Before I let you go, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about building better, safer, more efficient payment systems. Thank you as well for believing that Mauritius doesn't just adopt innovation, we help drive it. That's the future of payments, and the future of payments is not coming, it's here, and you're all part of it. Enjoy your evening.